A significant environmental project is set to transform parts of the River Wear in Sunderland, after more than £250,000 in funding was secured. The initiative will focus on restoring salt marsh and mudflat habitats, which have largely disappeared over time due to industrial development and changes to the river.
So we're here on the banks of the Wear River in Sunderland at Claxey Rocks, looking at 2 salt marsh restoration schemes that Groundwork are delivering in partnership with the Environment Agency and Caterpillar Foundation. So our northeast rivers, estuaries, have been classified as heavily modified, so they don't have many natural estuary edges left. So they've been built on, they've been urbanised, they've been used for port and industry for hundreds of years. So we're trying to reset the clock a little bit, find little pockets where we can create a bit of space for nature again without impacting on the general use of the rivers as they are now.
The restoration will take place across around 0.7 hectares of estuary edge, spanning Barron's Quay on the north bank and Claxhill Rocks to the south. Instead of planting vegetation, specialist contractors will install natural barriers made from wooden stakes and woven brushwood to slow the river flow and encourage sediment to settle. Over time, this allows native plants to return naturally, creating habitats for fish, crabs and other marine life.
You know, ideally what we want to create is a string of pearls type effect, if you like, along the river. So, you know, we can't take out the current use of the river, we can't reclaim, you know, the banks and remove the industrial units that are over there, for instance, and put it back to how it was 200 years ago. But we can find old remnant sites that are no longer used by industry, where we can create a little space for nature again. And if we can do enough for those along the river, then hopefully, collectively, they'll make a real difference to the wildlife that lives here. So we can extend this area and create that habitat for the plants, but then obviously other little animals will live in that habitat. So you'll get little crabs living in there, and you'll get lots of different invertebrates, marine worms, and that's food for other things. So that's why here we've got, you know, we've got shelduck on the river there, we've got redshank wandering about, we've got even got avocet there that, you know, you wouldn't have found on the Wear 20 years ago. And they're all here feeding on the life that's in the river. And if we can increase this habitat, that's more food for them, which means more birds, which in turn again will mean more fish coming in to feed on the little critters, which is food for the dolphins and the porpoises that everybody loves to see, the seals. So it all has that knock-on effect in terms of the habitat and the ecosystem.
Organisers are calling on the local community to support and protect the site. If successful, the scheme could help restore the River Wear to better ecological health and support wildlife for years to come.